Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. I am very happy to say I've reached 5,000 subscribers. For me, that is a very overwhelming amount. I never thought that I'd even have 1,000. So I'm very happy and very grateful to all of you who are now subscribed and those of you who are now watching. I see that there's many of you from the United States, I've seen New Mexico, California, Pennsylvania, Ohio, New Jersey. I've seen Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, I think Kentucky, and I'm sure I'm missing some, and I'm sorry if I missed you. I know there's been some people from Alberta, Canada, from the UK, very excited about that, Germany, and also Australia, and New Zealand. So I'm very happy. Thank you all very much for having left your comments, and thank you for liking my videos. I want to thank you by continuing a little bit more on this 2017 Christmas by giving you 12 days of Christmas. I will be doing 12 days consecutive of little crafts and little tips for your Christmas and holiday decorating. I will cap it off with a short little video of my home as I decorate it for Christmas. So again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and Merry Christmas to you. All right, this is day 7 of 12 days of Christmas, and today I will be doing a bell swag. I'll be using some items that I got from the Dollar Tree, specifically the bells, and then I'll also be using some items that I got from Hobby Lobby, specifically some garland, because I wanted to show you how you can transform garland into other decorative items besides just using it for garland. Of course, you've seen me use garland for decorating some arrangements and using it on a hat, but now I want to show you how you can create a swag with it. So let me show you what these supplies will be, and then we'll get to creating. All right, the first thing I got are these lovely bells. They have them in gold and silver, and I think they had them in red as well, but I went ahead and I grabbed them in gold just because I always grab silver. Silver is my color, but this year I'm going ahead and incorporating a little bit more gold, and I have used gold in the past. Just silver attracts my attention for some reason, I'm not sure. But anyway, I got 3 of these bells from the Dollar Tree. Here we go. This is from their Christmas section, of course. Also from the Dollar Tree, I got this little ribbon, and it's a red ribbon with some gold snowflakes. Kind of the light is acting kind of weird. I am using a different camera now, and I'm not sure that I like it, but I'm going to go ahead and use it for now because it's all that I have. So bear with me. It's not as bright as my videos used to be. But anyway, let me continue. Also from the Dollar Tree, I've got these poinsettias right here. And again, this was only $1. Now, from Hobby Lobby, of course, I got my garland, and I have a scrap here because this is left over from another garland, but I do have another whole garland that I'll be cutting up a little bit more from. So depends on how long you want your swag. You might need a whole piece of garland or just pieces from it, whatever scraps you may have from creating other crafts, okay, or decor. Also from Hobby Lobby, no, actually I didn't get this from Hobby Lobby. I got this from a store called At Home. I love that store. They had a lot of tons of Christmas stuff, and I could spend all day in there, but I didn't have time for all day. But anyway, this was 24 feet of ribbon, which is let's see, divided by 3, 8 yards, and it was only $6. So look at that, it's beautiful. I've been wanting to use it in some other projects, but I decided to save it for my front door, my entryway. So I'm going to go ahead and use it on this bell swag because I am going to be putting this on my back door, and I'm actually putting it inside the door because I have a wreath for the outside. Also from Hobby Lobby, I got these little picks, and I've used them before. I used them to decorate some napkin rings that I've done, and I think I've used them for some little top hats that I've also done, little ornaments, little snowmen that I've done. But here they are. I'm using them again, and these are only 99 cents, and since they're half off, they're 50 cents. So great buy. Okay, I'm also going to be using floral wire, or actually I'm going to use these chenille stems, and I'm going to be using my hot glue gun and some hot glue. I will be needing my wire cutters, oops, sorry, and I will be using some scissors. So that's it. So let's get to creating. All right, I'm going to start with my garland and decide on the length that I want it to hang. I have this piece already left over. It's a little piece that's been cut already, and the length of this is about 24 inches, and I want to use an 18-inch piece as my longest. Now, I'm not going to use this to cut it to 18 inches because then I'll just have this little tiny piece left over, and I won't be able to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 18 inches from the other garland that I have, the whole garland piece that I have over here, and this one I'm going to cut it into the smaller pieces. And since it's 24, what I'll do is I'll cut a 14 and a 10 inch. So that's what I'm going to do now. I am going to look for 10 inches on here and just cut it. And it doesn't have to be perfectly 10 inches or 14 inches. It's just a roundabout amount. Okay, so now I've got these two pieces, a 14 and a 10, and I'm getting 3 of them because I have 3 bells. So let me grab my garland. Here we go. And from here, I am going to cut 18 inches. And there we go. So now I've got 3 pieces for my 3 bells. The next thing I want to do is I need to fluff these up. Now I noticed something about my garland, and maybe some of you will have that in your garlands too, but at one of the ends here, it's got this little metal loop. I'm going to go ahead and save that on there because I can use that to hang my garland when I'm done. So this is obviously going to be my longest piece, and I'm going to go ahead and start making it all nice and fluffy by lifting up all the little branches on each one of them and make it look fuller. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll just time lapse all this so that I can quickly go through it. All right, so I fluffed up my 3 pieces. Now, if you don't have a garland that has this little loop already at the end, go ahead and just get some wire and create your own. You can use the chenille stems to do that, and then just tie it on to the top end. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to lay these on top of each other, and I wanted to make sure that my little pine little branches were all basically kind of like going the same way. And since they were all flattened this way, and I've already fluffed them up, I'm going to put them as is. Otherwise I would, you know, turn them around and have them all going in basically the same direction. Now right now they're just kind of just spread out, okay? And they're either spread out upward or to the sides, but they're not spread out, you know, back here. This back is still flat. This is going to go against the wall, so I don't need to fluff that up. So all I need to do is just make sure that it's fluffed to the sides and to the front. And you don't have to fluff it up too much. Just make sure that nothing is in the back, and this is all nice and flat, so that now you can go ahead and decorate your garland and then fluff it up at the end. So I'm going to take my 3 pieces, I'm going to take 2 of them and push them over to the side and take one of these. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and attach the bell to the bottom end of my swag. Now I could just go ahead and let me go ahead and take this part off because I'm not going to be using that, although I could, but I'm not going to use it. I could just take one of the branches and stick it in through the hole and bring it up and tie it. And there we go. It's already attached. I don't have to do anything else, and that's just fine. The other alternative I could do, let me get this out, is I could take my thin ribbon that I showed you earlier. Let me go ahead and open. I usually open up everything before I get started, so I don't know why I'm doing that. These 12 days of Christmas have sort of thrown me off a bit, but it's okay. Now, I could do where I could just loop it with a pretty ribbon, or have left that little gold ribbon on there and then tie that on there, or take this ribbon and the length of the whole here we go, all of this, and then use that to tie the ribbon. And it kind of is sort of like a independent thing from the garland if you want to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and use the sliding of the little branch into it, and then just grabbing another one next to it, and then just twisting. And there you go, my bell is attached. And I'm going to do that to the other ones as well. Here are my 3 pieces all tied up with my bell at the bottom, and they'll just dangle like that. And now I want to decorate each of my little strands for my swag. I'm going to take off this here and cut off some of these flowers with the leaves. So I'm just going to push up all the leaves up and then cut about 1.5 to 2 inches of stem right there. Cut those. Okay, and I can just throw this part away. Now I've got all my little flowers, and I've got those little berry stems too. Let's go ahead and start decorating. Taking this smaller ribbon, I'm going to make little multi-loop bows by just making maybe 4 little loops on each one and cutting. And this time I'm going to use my floral wire because I don't want to use a chenille stem there because it's so small it will show, and I don't want it to show. So I'm going to cut off a little piece, twist that. Okay. And I just trimmed the excess, so I just have like a little tiny bit of wire at the end twisted on there. You see that? Okay. Now this little tiny bow, I can now put them down here at the bottom. So I'm going to make 3 more and get them ready for that, and I will be back. All right, I finished my 3 little bows, and this is all that I've got left on the spool of ribbon. I've used it all up. So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that in there somehow. And I've taken apart my little picks into little pieces so I can use them separately within my garland or my swag. And then, of course, I've got my flowers that you saw me cutting. So now I'm going to go ahead and prepare one more component, which is going to be a nice big bow that's going to go at the top from where I'm going to hang it. So I'm going to take about 2 yards of this. So I'm going to measure out 2 yards because I know how to measure. So just go ahead and measure out your yards however you wish. Now, normally a bow takes about 3 yards. A regular round bow takes about 3 yards. But I'm just going to use 2 yards because I don't really need that much. And I'm going to use, excuse me, I'm going to grab some of this. I'm going to use a little bit extra to make a nice long tail. And let me go ahead and cut that as well. I want it to be about, let's see. I don't want them to hide. I don't want it to hide the bell. So I think the shortest one was 10 inches, and with the bell, I'm just going to go like about maybe 12 inches at the most. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that right there, and I'm going to fold them in half, the ends, and from the folded edge upward to the wired edge, I cut like a triangle. So then I get these little ends on my, you can cut yours however you want. You can cut them straight across or at an angle. Now I'm going to go ahead and start a little bow, and I'm going to make a little loop like so. Pinch all of that together, and then I'm going to twist my ribbon. Oh, this ribbon feels so nice. It's real thick, so it's going to be a little hard to handle because it's thick. But I'm going to twist it so that all the pretty side is facing upward, and then I'm going to decide how big I want my loop to be. And I've decided it's about 8 inches of ribbon, so it's a 4-inch loop bow. And then I will twist it again, and the pretty side up again, and then make another loop that's same size. So just bring them upward, and if they're all the same, then great. You don't have to keep measuring. You won't need this anymore. Okay, but you really don't need you just make the loop whatever size you like, okay? And then we'll just keep doing this until we finish up all this ribbon. I might have a little bit left over for a little tail. I might not. It might be too short. I might just have to trim it off. Sometimes it's better just to make your bow and then cut off the ribbon from the... I'm going to go ahead and leave that. I like that as a little tail, so then I'll have 3 tails on my bow. Okay, so now I'm going to put some chenille stem or wire, and I'm going to put it right through this loop, and then I'm going to catch everything that I've pinched together and twist my bow so that everything gets twisted that way. If you want to see a better, closer look at how I make bows, I do have a video called Creating Handmade Bows, and that's was, I think, pretty much one of my the very first video that I started doing right before I started doing all my Christmas. It's right after, you know, Thanksgiving, and then I started, I think it was probably posted the first week of October. You know what, if I remember, I'll put a link down below. Okay, let's see. Or remind me in the comments, hey, where is it? And then I'll go ahead and put the link in the description box. Okay, so now I'm just opening up all my little loops. The one in the middle stays right in the middle, and just spreading them around, and then you can poof them. But I like to wait to poof my bow till I'm tying it onto my my item here, because I'll just end up doing is I'll just end up squishing it, and well, you know, then I gotta poof it up. Of course, I probably poof it up even after I've hung it on the door. So okay, that's my bow, and let's go ahead and start decorating these. Let's put them in line because I kind of want to make sure that I have enough of these little decorations for each one. Okay, I want to put some flowers. I'm going to take 3 of the flowers. 1, 2, and I think 3 would be fine right there. Maybe just 2 because I'm going to put them together and some of them will get covered. Okay, so I'm going to trim this one a little bit because it's a little long. And then I'm just going to put hot glue. I'm glad I plugged it in because I just realized I probably hadn't done that, but I did. Okay, thank gosh. Okay, there we go. Let's put some glue there and just put it in there. Make sure that it lands on the greenery and not on the table underneath it. And then just twist some of these little pine bits so it can show nicely. Let's do the next one and then we'll do all the rest. I'll go ahead and use this this one also because it's kind of a loner, and I don't have any more of this particular bush. I've seen I've gone to the Dollar Tree to try to find this one. This one has a little bit of a different finish to it. It's kind of a velvety and a really nice red, and I've only seen it where it has some other petals that are incorporated in there that are plaid, but I didn't really like them. I really wanted them to just be red poinsettias where they, you know, a little bit more natural looking. So I've not found more of these, and I wish when I had first gotten it that I had grabbed all they had, but obviously I didn't. So anyway, on to the craft. So now I put flowers on my garland. So now the next thing, or pieces of garland, and now I'm going to go ahead and add all the little berries, and you can just stick them here and there. First, let me go ahead and put the little bows. I usually like to put bows at the very end, but something like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them on here now, just at the very top of the bell. But I am gluing it onto the greenery. Little greenery bits that I used to tie them with. So I'm just gonna put the little bows there. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly add these little bits. I'll time lapse that so you can just see what I'm doing, but not get bored. Haha. All right, I am now just adding the very last little, let me put it on the where the, here we go, little curly bit onto my little garland pieces, creating actually almost 3 little swags here. If that's all you wanted to just do, you can do 3. Make 3 little bows and hang them separately in a line if you want. Hang them maybe in front of a window, or so that they can be seen through a window if you want to put some battery lights on them. You could also just hang them on a wall, maybe along on the fireplace or on your mantle. If you wanted to do something like that, you can do a lot of things with them. But I'm going to go ahead and put them together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab them at the ends, and I'm going to get the longest one here in the middle, and I'm going to take the ends here, the little pine branches here, and I'm going to start twisting them at the very top, twisting them together, just making sure that they're all nice and secure. So I'm going to do several, and then I'm going to come down just a little bit, and then grab another 2, And well, this one's got some hot glue on it. Here we go. And then just twist them together so that they start forming a fuller swag. There, you see that? So now on the other side, I'll get this little shorter one, and I'll do the same. I'll bring it to the tip up here, twist some bits together, grab another branch going down a little bit, and doing that. So here we go. We've created what looks like that. Now I'm going to put this up so you can see it a little bit better and see the finished product. But for now, this is what I'm doing so that you can see how I'm putting them together. And what I'm doing is I'm just opening up some of the little pines, because as I was pushing them together, it hit some of my little decorations, the little pieces of garland pine bits or the branches. So I'm just going ahead and just opening them up where I squished them and making sure all my little decorative pieces are exposed. So now I want to take this ribbon. Let's take this one first, this little ribbon, and I'm just going to go ahead and just put it right up here and just get some of this pieces also and twist them together, and that'll hold those little ribbon bits, and then just let them hang down just like that. If I had a third one, that would be awesome, but I don't, so that's it. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my bow, and I'm going to open up my bow from the back, and I'm going to go ahead and add this tail right at the middle, or a little bit off. It doesn't have to be exact, and I'm just going to insert it right there and then retie my bow. So this is why I didn't want to poof it, because I'm going to be swishing it. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this bow. I'm going to look for that loop that I'm going to hang it from. That loop is right here in the back. So I'm just making sure that's, you know, still visible and I can see it so that I can use that to hang it with. But I'm going to take some pieces and point them upward. And then on those pieces, I'm going to tie around the chenille stem or the floral wire, whatever you use for your bow. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess, or you could just roll it up and hide it within there. And then just poof up those little bits of pine behind it. And then bring up your bow. And now you can get your tails, and I'm going to open them up so that I'm not covering up my pretty little decor on my little bells here. Here. And then I can just kind of do a little bit of pinching and looping like that if I want. If they were longer, I could loop them through the branches, but I'm just going to bend them because it's wire and it's perfect for that. So let's spread these little loops again and poof them up. And that's it. My bell swag is done. So let me pick it up so you can see it, and then you'll see it at the very end up close. All right, here's my finished swag with my bells that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is beautiful to hang up in the front door or in your back door, your kitchen door. Maybe take it over and hang it in your office if you want. Give it to a teacher, a friend, maybe take it to a nursing home, maybe your grandma, somebody. Just do something sweet for someone, and this would be a nice little gift. It's not very expensive, and it'll brighten, cheer them up for the holidays. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a nice little comment down below. Let me do a little bit of a shout out, because I have been mentioning some people. I've been using the same intro for all my videos, and I've been kind of lazy to do a new one because it's a lot of work, and I'm doing all these 12 days. And I just wanted them all to be cohesive and look the same, so that's what I ended up doing. And I do realize that I do now have over 6,000 subscribers, so wow, I'm really overwhelmed by that. I really am. Thank you all so much for subscribing. And I mentioned some places that I've been seeing some of you are commenting from, so I've got some other ones, and I'm trying to fit them into the videos. I may skip some where I don't, just so I can have quite a bit of names, or not names necessarily, but the places that you're from. A lot of them are repeated, so I've already said it, but I may end up repeating it. I don't know. If I don't mention it, it's just that I just didn't see it, because I did spend my morning writing this down, trying to see where's the comments. Is there any on some old videos? Is maybe somebody added it on there? Okay, so anyway, upstate New York, I've got OC, California, as well as San Diego, California, upstate Florida, and someone just said just Florida. And then I've got another Arizona, Ohio, and Ohio always makes me think of a movie with Keanu Reeves, one of his very first movies of way back in, I don't know, 83, or I don't know what year he made it, 84 for all I know. And It's called Babes in Toyland, and they're in a car driving in the snow, and they start singing C-I-N-C-I-A-N, and however you spell Cincinnati, Ohio. So that makes me think of that. That's my little story. Okay, Wisconsin, Indiana, Colorado. I've gone to Colorado. It's absolutely beautiful, and I went when I was in high school with my choir, and we had a really great time. I have a lot of really beautiful memories from Colorado. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, Illinois, by the way, San Diego, beautiful city. My oldest son was in the Marines, and we traveled to San Diego, and I was blown away by San Diego. It's beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Okay, I said Colorado. Illinois, Nebraska, and Oregon. That's what I've got, Oregon or Oregon. I don't know. How do you say it? Okay, I don't know why I said Oregon. I guess I felt a little fancy. Anyway, I've also got some of you that are not in the United States, and I'm really excited. Some people from Canada, specifically Saskatchewan. I didn't write it down, but I just remembered Saskatchewan, and I don't think I mentioned you in the last time that I mentioned names. British Columbia and Ontario, or I just say Ontario because I'm Texan, and I just say things like that. Okay, also from the UK, Liverpool, and I'm going to butcher this one, I just know I am. Shropshire, or Shropshire. Forgive me, please forgive me, you're beautiful, I love you. And someone said, hey, can you mention Plymouth? Yes, I can. Or is it Plymouth? Like Plymouth Rock. We say Plymouth, but is it Plymouth? I don't know. How do you say it? All right, Ireland. Woohoo, Ireland. My husband has a little bit of Irish in him. He's a redhead, so, you know, I've got a little heart for Ireland. Okay, France, bonjour. Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, those are the names, the places that I have in my little card for today. And hopefully I'll have some new ones and I'll mention you out. And I love you all. Thank you all so much for your beautiful, nice comments and very encouraging. And a Merry Christmas to all of you. You all are beautiful and lovely. One person who's actually from here, from Edinburgh. I'm so excited. Hey, maybe we can meet up someday. You never know. We can have some lunch. All right, so anyway, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you to all of you who have, again. And make sure you share me on your social medias. That would really help out a lot. I hadn't joined the YouTube partnership or the AdSense, but I went ahead and I did that. I did that over a little month ago, and I've just, I don't know how that works. I don't know if I'm going to monetize anything. It would be helpful if I did. So if I get more views and you share me, that would help out so that I can afford a little bit more and do more of these videos. If not, it's no big deal. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. That was the whole purpose. It is getting a little expensive, but you know what? I love it. And some of these items, I'm giving them away as gifts. So it's turning out okay for me. Some of them are favors and some of them are possibly going to be sold. So regardless, thank you all very much. I love you very much. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy.